Hey friends, and welcome to this Fretted Friday. And today we're going to be dealing with a very sick fake D45 coming right up. So yes, today's video is all about this, the most popular guitar that I have, that I've shown on YouTube. It's the mismatched top, the one we call Blondie. It's the fake D45, bought on the 22nd of November 2013. And we're going to look at this today because there's a couple of things that I want to ask you and a couple of things I want to tell you about this guitar. But first, we've got some other news. First of all, I want to thank everybody that has sent beautiful and lovely messages of encouragement to my buddy Pete. He has looked at them all and it really has made a huge difference. He's my mate that I went over to see in New Zealand, and I told you a few years ago about having cancer in his neck. Well, unfortunately it came back and also in his tongue, and last week he underwent an operation, and I got a message from him on Monday and we've been talking, and he wants me to thank you all so much for your kindness and your support for him. And I got a message to say that he got the all clear, all his margins were clear, and it was great news. And then today I got another message from him saying that the doctor wants to do one more operation just to make sure he has got properly enough taken off his tongue. So Pete, I feel for you, buddy. It really sucks that you thought it was all clear and you've got to go back and have another operation, but at least this time it's only a little one and it's only going to take about an hour allegedly. So I'll be thinking of you on Monday when I believe you're going down for the next operation. And I know, again, all of my dear friends and yours on this channel will be sending you all the very best, mate. So we'll be thinking of you on Monday. No, it'll go well. Secondly, today I was looking at a funny story online and I didn't know whether or not everybody would have seen it, so I thought I would share it, especially seeing as we have unboxed quite a few guitars that are very similar to the Peter Green and Gary Moore, Greenie Moore. And the latest owner of that guitar is, of course, Kirk Hammett of Metallica. And just a few days ago, he was playing a show with the band in Milan, and he alleges, and put this up on his Instagram page, that it was raining quite hard and it got quite slippery. Now, we all know that Kurt is a big fan of the wah-wah. And while he was playing here, and he had his usual foot all over the wah-wah pedal, almost constantly, he alleges that it was quite wet. And at this point here, he slips over. But look, what a trooper. He just gets up, carries on, and almost doesn't miss a note. So good on you, Kurt. But it was quite amusing, and bless him for carrying on. Okay, next, I just want to say a quick note about the UK Guitar Show on the 21st and 22nd of September this year. You might remember I went last year with my buddy Dave Barlow from Dave Barlow Guitar. And we had a great time. And one of the things that we saw there were a few entries to the Guitarist of the Year. Now that competition is open again. If you're interested, I'm going to leave links in the description down below for how you can enter. There are 3 categories: electric, acoustic and bass guitar. And so if that's something you fancy, why not give it a go? Let me know in the comments down below if you are going to enter, or if you've got a favourite entry into that competition. Chances are I'll probably go back to the UK Guitar Show again this year, so really hope that you might come along, might see you there, and I'd be very interested to know who you think should win each of those categories. So on to this little beast, this poor sick guitar. It is actually my second most viewed video after the unboxing of Mitzi, the Chibson. And it's the unboxing of this, the D45 mismatched top Blondie, which was 285 GBP and was received back on the 22nd of November 2013, only about 6 or 7 months after I started this channel. And the unboxing is a bit embarrassing now because I was pretty new to YouTube. Hopefully I'm a little slicker now. Who knows? I hope I am. But back then, I had my backside in the camera quite frequently, and it's a bit embarrassing, but I'm never going to take the video down because, hey, that was what it was when it was. So there we are, and it's a popular one. The most popular comments on that video, other than saying that this sounded so much better than the Yamaha, was that this would sound even better after it had its bridge or saddle and nut replaced for bone. So when I was thinking about what I'd like to do as my next project, I thought I'd do that. So I picked this guitar up again. Lo and behold, I had a huge shock, because when I picked it up and started noodling around with it, I thought, that's strange. The action on this seems to be incredibly high all of a sudden, and it is. So I checked the relief in the usual way, and actually there wasn't enough relief in the neck. So I needed to add a little bit more relief into the neck of this. So that wasn't the problem. So what was it? And I looked closer, and the closer I looked, the more I realized that due to the poor bracing on this, the top of it has bellied, and it's started to become almost arched. So even if I was to shave off nearly all of the material of the bridge, let's see if I can get you a good shot of that there. Even if I was to shave off all of the bridge material, this would still not be a low enough action to really make it all that playable. I would say the action has gone from 2 mil, which is relatively high, up to at least 6 or 7, maybe even 8 mil at the 12th fret, which is incredibly high. So this isn't only because this is a fake and it's been badly built, but you wouldn't expect it to happen after just 5 to 6 years, which is how long I've had this. So it is, the second biggest comment is that it won't last. And so maybe you guys are right. However, there are a few options on what to do. It's not the only guitar it's happened to. I remember my buddy Randy Schartiger did a Guild D50, I think it was, that had a similar problem. And I think he got round it with one of these solutions. Now there's 2 options on this, and first is to use what's called a JLD bridge doctor. And what they do there is it's a self-install. You get a block which has 2 pins on it, and they go either side of the back of the bridge and is screwed into the guitar, and then you insert a dowel between them which pushes on the back of the guitar here and causes the bridge doctor to turn and to re-flatten or twist down the bridge. That could work. The other option, of course, is to take the bridge off altogether and to use the TJ Thompson belly reducer method, which is where you get 2 convex plates that are opposite to the belly, and you take the bridge off, you soak it in water both outside and in, you heat these plates up to 100 degrees, and then you clamp them on it so that it bends the wood over a period of a few hours, usually 24 hours. And then that causes that belly to go from convex to concave. However, I don't think that's going to work on this guitar, because it's not just the bridge that's twisted. It really is starting to get a real contour, almost like an archtop guitar. And so I fear that the bracing on this may be substandard. It's very likely. So my question to you guys is, I would like a little project, but maybe it's not for this guitar, because I think at 285 GBP that it's probably not an economic fix, although it might be quite fun. I'm going to look into the cost of the JLD bridge doctor, just so that I can perhaps show you guys how it works. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is it worth fixing? Would you bother? Or would you just use it as what most people use some of these Chinese guitar for, and that is a wall hanger? Well, let me know what you think. As always, if you've enjoyed this, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you've really liked it, it can't hurt to subscribe, and I'm always around with at least a couple of videos a week, usually on a Tuesday and Fretted Friday, and I'd love to see you on the next one if you can subscribe. If you do, don't forget to click that bell icon, and Let me know in the comments, as always, what you would like to see as content, because I do my very best to bring you the content that you ask for. I'll be back really soon with that, and in the meantime, as always, my good friends, you take good care.